Hi, so I'm Trisha Harvey and I live in an area in the East Midlands. We've just recently moved actually into a new area which is near Burton-on-Trent. I first went into property in January 2017. So I'd always had a huge passion for it. It was something that always spoke to me. I always liked to create things. So renovating properties that were ugly, I was always able to walk into a house and see what it was going to look like at the end. It was always in my head. I was very visual with property, but I just didn't know how to do it. And how do I work, look after the children and invest in property at the same time when there's not a lot left at the end of the month after your bills have been paid? Once I'd started to learn how to do it for myself, and my partner actually was a builder way back when. So it was quite funny because when I said, I really want to get into property, he would be like, no, once you uncover one thing in a house to fix, you'll find 10 more problems. So he was like, I don't want to be on site all day and then come home and be doing it as well. So I really wanted to do it, but it was a case of as soon as I learned that I could use property as a vehicle for financial freedom and create passive income and replace my current income so I could leave my job and have more time freedom, boom, I did whatever it took to learn, to grow and to do as quickly as I could. When I started in property, literally I was working in the corporate sector as a sales manager. So I was working for over 50 hours a week doing this job, and we had 2 children at the time. So there was a lot of juggling going on whilst we were increasing our knowledge and education in doing property investing the right way. So we would go to as many trainings as we could to learn to do it properly and get coaches and mentors to help us and guide us so that we weren't making really detrimental mistakes, but also learning how to find investor finance because we needed money from investors to pay for our deals in the beginning of our journey. So when we first started, I was going out there, finding the deals, building relationships with agents and builders, getting all of my power to my accountants, my solicitors, so dealing with all of that. And then literally in 6 weeks, we went from 1 deal accepted, which was going to be a HMO, it's going to be our first deal, to 7 deals accepted, which were a mixture of HMOs and flip properties. So flipping, meaning that we're buying it, renovating it and selling it on. So within that time, that took us from January to the June 2017. And then once I realized the passive income that these properties were going to give me, only 2 of the 7 would have covered my then income for my job. So I left my job in the June. I handed my notice in, quit my job, fired my boss, as they say. And it was the best decision I ever made because at that point I was nervous, because I only had money for 1 deal. And at that point, I'd sold my car, my dream car, my Range Rover Sport that I'd worked for years to earn. But we wanted to do whatever it took and do something different, because where we were in our lives at that point was due to the choices and decisions that we'd made to move and to do something different and to get a massive different change in our financial income and everything. We needed to make sacrifice, we needed to do something different. So I sold my car, we sold all of our liabilities, whatever we could to bring a pot together. We remortgaged our house and to educate ourselves and to be able to do property investing. Then I had 6 more deals obviously at this time, so we had to raise the money. So I went out there and I raised investor finance. We raised over £650,000 of income of investor finance in less than 10 days. And this is people we didn't know. This is just people that have been following our journey and wanted to see the deals, and the deals were excellent. So great deals will get you investment. And literally since then, so since the January 2017 to now, which we are, where are we? October 2019, we have a portfolio now of just under 8 million. And we've still done that using 0 of our own money across multiple strategies in multiple areas. Right now in the business, it is so exciting and we have an amazing team around us, which obviously at the beginning there was just me and Mark running around, so it was really busy. But now we've expanded, we have more people in our team that are working with us day to day full time, helping us with the systemization of the business. So I am still extremely passionate about property and I love being on site. I love being on site. I love dealing with the tenants. I love selling the properties, getting them finished off. So right now I will be on site managing the build teams. I will be turning the rooms around, getting them all fully furnished, photographed, ready for the tenants to move in. I deal with my managing agent and I manage them, but I also deal a lot with trying to get the rooms filled, because we fill in our HMOs, for example, we fill our rooms 6 weeks before they're even finished. So we know we never have any voids, and we know exactly where we're going to be on income for our refinances and things like that. So I'm managing the build side and the actual acquisition of the properties, the investors. I work with the investors very heavily, and sourcing all of the moving parts for making the product at the end, which is like our HMOs, getting them all finished, furnished, tenanted, etc. I also have a role, because we have lots of businesses in what we do. We have many different strategies in our property. So I also do project management as well. So therefore I have 3 build teams now with us that work with us that we manage, and this is for our projects and other people's projects, because a lot of people follow us because of the kind of results that we've achieved in our property development journey, and they want us to help them do the same. So we project manage their builds, I deal with it, I get it to the finished article depending on what they do. So as well as our own projects, we have like 14 live sites right now that are all different strategies across different areas with 3 build teams. We have 7 more coming in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and we have another 10, 11 that we're negotiating on right now. So these are massive, anything from, you know, small HMOs to new build developments, flats, big structures that are multi-million pound investment deals. And it's the case of just, yeah, you're juggling them, but we have 3 children now as well. So I have 3 children, we have 9 businesses. And a massive, massive part of what we do is like giving back. So we have the training, events, coaching, mentoring business. And I play a huge part in that, because I train on the event days that we do, which is transforming people's lives everywhere, helping them learn how to do property developing for themselves and investing in themselves to do it properly, and having a massive mind shift. Me and Mark became financially free in under 12 months using property as a vehicle. So now we're just helping others do the same. So I do coaching, which is one-to-one, group coaching and mentoring, which is where we've grown our tribe in the real life tribe. And we are just transforming lives everywhere. People are massive, massive portfolios, income, you know, financial freedom, more time, choice, freedom in their life. It's just the best feeling in the world. Women absolutely play a really important role in our business, and actually surprisingly, you know, when you think about it, I didn't realise how many women we have working with us. There's only like Mark, who is the man in the family and in the businesses, and actually when we look at it, we're like, God, he's just surrounded by women, he has no chance. But really, on a serious note, so I take care of what I do in the property businesses and in real life group and the training. And then we have Kimberly, our accountant. We have Tracy, who is our solicitor. We have Sarah, who is one of our build teams. Like, one of our build teams is a woman. And we have Amber, who is just, we don't know. We said just recently at our last event, what did we do before we had her? Like, in all honesty, I don't know. We would have been a mess right now if it wasn't for her. She brought just control, loves systems, loves admin, loves sorting everything else out. So she's just amazing. She totally saves us. And like our PAs and our administrative team and our bookkeepers, they're all women. So actually, yeah, when you look and drill down into it, it's all women. But I love that, you know. I want to support the growth and the ambition of women, because when I did what I did, you know, I didn't always have some positive feedback when I started out in business and growing myself and wanting more for my life, because people were like, but you're a mum, you know, shouldn't you just be concentrating on that? And I'm like, well, why can't you do both? You know, because before you were a mum, you were a person, right? With your own views and wants and needs. And it's like, so I'm still Trisha. So yes, I'm Mark's partner, I'm a mum of 3 children, but I'm also Trisha. And this is a very similar thing for a lot of our employees and a lot of people that work with us and that we coach and mentor and train. And recently we had a new person that came on board in our training programs called Ria, who was 12. And she took massive inspiration and signed up to our advanced trainings, and she's just going out there investing, our youngest property developer, and she's now 13 and she thinks it's amazing. Our oldest daughter, Courtney, has just been to our training. And what was amazing about it is because I'm trying to show my children on how to, you don't need to work hard for money, you need to work smarter. So look at the situation, what can you do to add value to yourself and others' lives? And it's the first time I was really noticed the change in her when she said, because it was her birthday on the Sunday of our event, and she said, I haven't had any presents, but it was the best present of all, just being here in this environment with you all. She's only 10. So that just shows me that being a powerful woman, being independent, being strong, knowing your mind, which our children definitely are, you have to put yourself in the right environment to be around the right people, because stigma and things will always follow you around. When you're a woman in business, there's always going to be people throwing opinions out there as to what you should be doing, but just focus on what you want and what your outcome is, and definitely have a powerful team of people around you and just keep going for it. Because yes, even my family, and my sisters and things like that at one point thought I was crazy and doing all the things that I was doing, and you'll lose money. And I was like, yeah, but I've made sure I've done my due diligence, and if you don't risk anything, you risk everything, as one of my friends says, and you just have to go for it. And for us, it's been a huge success, and we look forward to just much, much more of it as well. With balance and trying to balance family and working life and business, it is tough. When I started out in my journey in business and changing my outcome and doing what I was doing, the main differentiator, the main factor was, and what my driver was, I had 2 children at the time and I barely saw them because I was always at work. And when I came home at night, it was a case of dinner, homework, bed. So there was never really the quality time other than the weekend, and then the weekend was spent cleaning and catching up on jobs. So there was just no quality time. And it was when I woke up, when I wanted to have an afternoon off work so that I could go to sports day to see my daughter at school doing running, because she's a really, really talented runner. And they said no, because we had meetings. And I was like, what? For my daughter, that would be a big deal that we're not there. That was a huge driver as to why we did what we did anyway, to create that financial freedom for ourselves first, is what then enabled us to go, wow, we now have all this time available. We now have all this choice in our lives to go and have amazing holidays with the children. It's not about spending loads of money on holiday, but it's about when it's the school holidays, it costs an extreme amount more than when it's not the school holidays. So, and obviously you can't really, there's a lot of controversy around when you can take the children out of school and things like that. So it was the fact that now, because we had financial freedom and now financial independence in our lives, we were able to it wasn't about how much does the holiday cost. It was a case of, we'd like to go here, get someone to book it for us and we'll go. Last minute, only last year, we went to Mauritius with our children, and everyone was like, you're taking the children to Mauritius? And it was like, yes, because where else in your life are you going to be able to experience traveling to a country like that? And we were very last minute. It's crazy. It was like 24 hours notice. We booked it and we were packing 14-hour flights. I mean, we are crazy, let's be honest. But the balance is, it's the choice. We now have the choice. That's the difference. Before, when we were in a job, we didn't have choice. We couldn't be in charge of our own time. We had to ask for permission to take time out for our children unless it was the weekend. So now, being our own bosses, having our own businesses, having our own income streams, we can say, in a week's time, we're going to take a week off. And we're going to spend time totally with the children. And we do that. And then we can decide to go on holiday, or we can decide just to be here with them. If there's a special occasion that we want to do with the children, we can do that. If there's somewhere we'd like to go for like an adventure or an experience, we can do that. I think now my challenge is not so much the family balance on spending time with the children, it's our relationship. It's the balance of mine and Mark's relationship, because we're in business together as a partnership. And now we're both so addicted to our businesses, so passionate about the growth and transformation of ourselves and others, that we get lost in that sometimes now, and we don't spend enough time together just being in our relationship. And we'll find that when we do take the time, we start talking about businesses, because we can't help it, because it's our passion. But yeah, I think just always make time for that. Just Put it in your diaries and take a decision to do that. Because the great thing about using property as a vehicle for your freedom and financial freedom is that you can then have choice. You know, you decide. Do I think women have any challenges in business? Of course, you know, there's always challenges. I always focus on the solution, but definitely the challenges could be, you know, being stereotyped for being a woman. Like when I'm on site, they think, what does she know about property, you know? And working in certain environments, trying to raise money from investors, especially sometimes working with men, which, to be fair, a lot of my investors are men. That's a struggle because they're kind of like, well, what do you know about business? And you have children, is that going to compromise your time to focus on our deals? And my age, you know, you're a young woman in business, you know, again, what experience do you have? How can I trust that my money's going to be safe with you? Or that, you know, when I'm ringing them and they're thinking, oh, you're really positive, it's like, one time actually, oh my God, it's this, I forgot about this. When I first started, I went on a viewing and it was with a vendor directly and he said, oh, is your partner coming? And I was like, okay, no, I'm here, it's my deal, I'm going to do this. But listen, that's what the stereotype is, because they're just kind of thinking, well, you can't be buying it by yourself, surely. But, you know, this is what it is. And I think now, more than ever, it's the women's time. I think the women are stepping up. Years and years ago, I get it. You know, it was the old school mentality, like the women would be at home and they would take care of the children and the men would go out and earn the most money and bring in the bread. But now, women are powerful, women are going out there, they want career first. Now, the percentages actually has gone up, and I know this is totally off topic, but I think it's quite relevant to this challenge, is that, you know, they're having children a lot later on in their life than maybe they used to, because they're going out over for their career first. They want a career, and then they meet somebody later then, because they're focusing on their career first. Then they meet somebody to be in a relationship with, and then they have children. So they have children quite late on. But women are powerful. Women know what they want. They go out and get it. And yeah, there's stigma. There is family, you know, friends that are like, you know, shouldn't you be focusing on finding a partner? Do I think that women have any advantages over men in the industry? Yeah, absolutely. I think we do. And, you know, I'm not trying to be sexist, and this could get taken out of context, so I don't mean it to, but use what your mama gave you, right? You know, we're great with nurturing relationships. That's one thing that women are outstanding at doing. So we can absolutely break down a barrier of anybody that we meet in a very, very quick moment, just by smiling at somebody, just by having good energy with somebody. And therefore, I might, when we're in a circumstance where there's me and my partner, you know, we find that there's certain people that just open up more to a woman. You know, because they feel more comfortable, they feel more nurturing, they start telling us more information. Like, this could be a vendor that I'm buying a property from. I'll go in there, and because I'm a woman, they probably think that I'm not going to use it against them in my business negotiations. So he'll tell me far more about his personal story. And then, yes, we will use it, you know, to be able to strike a deal, but not in a bad way. You know, in a way that we become an extremely great relationship to making sure that deal happens. So, for example, when you have a property that you're looking to purchase and we're buying it for lower than he's originally wanted, but we'll still make a deal where he's happy and we're happy. Now, because of the relationship that we create with the people that we're buying the properties from, somebody came in and offered £10,000 more than we'd offered. And then they also offered him £10,000 cash as well. But he still went with us due to the relationship that we built with him. And it's that kind of nurturing relationship that women, in my opinion, are the best at. Because men are quite proud and quite, you know, stern, and they want to protect their ability to look important and feel important and confidence. Like, I'm going to do this deal and I'm going to get it done. Whereas women are like, yeah, but what do you think? Yes, some might call it manipulation. I don't think it's manipulation. You're just the way you are. And if you can be open and calm and kind and nurturing, yes, you can have much more success in business than men. And, we're proving that every day that can happen. Yeah, I think that the property industry particularly suits women because it really does give you time. If you're doing successfully in building an investment strategy using property as a vehicle, the financial freedom that it gives you is incredible. The time freedom that it gives you is incredible. So, you can have that balance in your life, because a lot of things are either you're working a lot or you're spending a lot of time with your family. But what I've found in my experience is that property, being my business and investing and developing property, has given me the balance of the two. So then I have the choice. Do I want to go away? Do I want to make some more deals in property? Do I want to spend more time with my partner? Like, I can have the choice of when I do that. And also, it's the message. I love the fact that I'm an inspirational women leader. So being in property and being successful is like shocking sometimes for some, because I am a woman and I have a very big voice and I have a lot of knowledge. So you can get all this knowledge from just doing it and asking questions and taking action on it. So really being a woman in property is really successful because the balance that it gives you in your time and the financial freedom, it gives you the confidence to not need a man. Because a lot of women are worried, they're like, well, I need to, live and look after my future and make sure that I'm looked after financially. Years ago, it would always be left on the man. Now it doesn't have to be like that. Get yourself a few properties, get yourself start investing, and you've got your own income then, so that you don't need to depend on somebody else to be able to look after you and your children. I work with a lot of women that are single parents as well. So there's a lot of women in our tribe that we coach, mentor in property that are single parents, and their main concern was, if I'm ill, if I lose my job, that I'm in big trouble because I have children to provide for, and they have this club and my God, the dancing clubs and all of that, they cost a fortune. It adds up. So if you've got property in the background that, yes, initially you've put a bit of time and effort into to get it renovated, to get it rented out, but then I've got properties that I haven't even seen for 2 years because they've just been getting maintained and managed by my cleaners and my managing agent. Total passive income just pays me every month. You don't need a man. If you want to be successful, if you want money, you can do it for yourself. So what advice would I give to women that are thinking about getting into property investing? Take action and do it. So go out there and find people that are already doing it successfully for themselves and learn from them. So ask questions, read books, get educated, do it properly, because especially if you're doing it on your own, you don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to get yourself into financial difficulty by doing it badly. So go out there and educate yourself first to do it the right way, and then simply do it. Don't just learn about it, because a lot of people take action and they learn about investing in property and they say, well, I know this, and this. And I'm like, awesome, so how many properties do you have? And they're like, well, I haven't bought one yet. I'm still trying to find my area. No. Learn about it and do it. The only way you can really start to improve your life is by taking action, and you are going to make mistakes. So don't ever start property thinking that I'm not going to make any mistakes, nothing's going to go wrong. It is how you deal with it when challenges do arise, because they do. Every single day in property, a different challenge will arise, but you just have to be solution orientated and find the solution to fix it. So learn about it and start to take action, and know and make sure that you're surrounded in the network with people that will support you if and when challenges do arise. So what are our plans for the future? Like, what do we want to do now? We want to continue to keep growing massively. The thing is, we went fast from the very beginning. We became financially free in under 12 months. We've grown a portfolio of just under 8 million in under 2.5 years. So we've done it very, very fast. We want to continue to do that. Our goal for the next 20 years is to have over 4,000 units of real estate, or a property portfolio of 1 billion. Now, not just because we want to be the big I am, because the money that property is giving us, so the passive income that we're getting from property, is it giving us the time freedom so that we can focus on the training, mentoring, coaching and events business, which is the most transformational coaching and training that is out there right now. We are delivering delivering life transformational coaching and training. And that is what we want to really scale up and deliver to as many people everywhere as we can. And to be able to do that, property is the vehicle that's giving us the time freedom, to choice, the travel, to be able to facilitate and help as many people as we can. So just to keep going, keep bashing it out. Oh my God, my dream. So we are now in the dream home that we wanted to achieve in 20 years. We've achieved it in 2 years, which is an absolute, I'm so grateful for everything that we have. But I want to live by the sea. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get myself to the point where we can up sticks and move away. And we'll still have loads of stuff. But the great thing about property is once you finish setting the vehicle up, it's just renting out. It's passive income. So you can work from anywhere. There's always a tip.